Welcome to Smart Money Vids, where we explore the habits, mindsets, and strategies that set the wealthy apart from the rest. In today's video, we're diving into some powerful life strategies and insights inspired by the teachings of Tony Robbins. While this video is not directly associated with or endorsed by him, his ideas about fulfillment, achievement, and personal growth have motivated millions, including us here at Smart Money Vids. We've taken these concepts and adapted them to share actionable tips and fresh perspectives that you can apply to your own life. Let's jump right in. In life, there are perhaps only 6, 7, or maybe 8 categories that truly hold significance. Yet, most people get caught up majoring in the minor things. They spend their energy and attention on trivial matters, like obsessing over the drama of a celebrity entering and leaving rehab, instead of investing in their own growth and fulfillment. But here's the truth: without your health, none of it matters. Your body is the foundation for everything else. What good is it to amass wealth if you're too unwell to enjoy it? Being the wealthiest person in the graveyard is no achievement. When you have energy, vitality, and physical strength, it radiates into every part of your existence, your relationships, your work, and your overall quality of life. That's why mastering your health is non-negotiable. You can't afford to dabble in it. It's too critical to leave to chance. Your emotions are the lens through which you experience life, and they are everything. You can have all the money in the world, surrounded by countless admirers, yet if your dominant emotions are anger or frustration, then your entire life becomes consumed by those feelings. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or the most loved person on the planet. If your emotional state is negative, your life won't feel fulfilling or joyful. Mastering your emotions is essential to living a life of peace and meaning. When it comes to relationships, especially intimate ones, they're the greatest source of life's richness, and for many, the greatest source of pain. That's why they're worth mastering, rather than just stumbling through. Consider how you manage your time. Are you simply crossing off tasks on a to-do list, mistaking busyness for progress? True achievement comes from prioritizing what truly matters and squeezing the most value from your time, not just for yourself, but for those you care about. The goal isn't just to move through life, but to make each moment count in a way that adds meaning and purpose. When we shift to your career or business, mastery is just as vital. Dabbling is the downfall of most businesses, which is why so many fail. The statistics are sobering. Over the course of a decade, 96% of businesses don't survive. And out of the 4% that do, survival doesn't guarantee profitability or happiness. To thrive, you need to master not just the mechanics of your career or business, but your relationship with money. Financial mastery isn't about hoarding wealth. It's about eliminating the stress and limitations tied to money. When money ceases to be a constant worry, you're free to live, give, and share abundantly, creating a life of true richness. Let's talk about spirituality. Whatever you hold true spiritually should be reflected in how you live. True spirituality fosters growth and giving. When you're growing, you feel fully alive. And when you're giving, that aliveness multiplies tenfold. Celebrating life and sharing with others elevates you to a spiritual state where fulfillment becomes natural. That's why it is important to focus on mastering these key areas: health, emotions, relationships, time, career, money, and spirituality. Together, they form the foundation of a life that's truly worth living. Most of the time, the way we spend our days doesn't bring real fulfillment. The average person isn't experiencing a relationship full of fiery passion and deep connection. The truth is, the average person isn't crushing it in business, nor are they earning the kind of income they dream about. But here's the thing: while the majority fall short in these areas, there's a rare group of people who have figured it out. These are the ones who are genuinely happy, fulfilled, spiritually alive, financially secure, running businesses that are thriving, and deeply in love with their partners. Each person measures success differently, because what we value most varies from one individual to the next. Some prioritize achievement or to the feeling of significance. Others hold love or connection as their highest value, while some seek the comfort of stability and certainty above all else. Everything in life is guided by the emotional state we're in at any given time. Mastering the ability to shift your state isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about learning how to go from feeling angry, frustrated, or overwhelmed to returning to a place of calm, creativity, determination, or joy. This ability isn't just a skill, it's the foundation of a higher quality of life, not only for yourself, but also for everyone around you. Moment by moment, our lives are shaped by the states we live in. If you're in a state of anger, your responses and decisions will look completely different from when you're in a playful or relaxed state. But what determines those states in the long run is your model of the world, your personal worldview, and how you see life. This comes down to 3 essential metrics. First, look at the targets people are aiming for. Everyone has them, whether it's goals, dreams, or desires. Beneath all those goals lie the same recurring challenges, rooted in 6 universal human needs. These needs are shared by every single one of us, regardless of where we come from or what we do. We all need certainty, a sense that we can avoid pain and experience some level of comfort or pleasure. At the same time, we also need uncertainty or variety to keep life interesting and invigorating. Without variety, life feels stagnant and dull. Yet, if there's too much uncertainty, it becomes overwhelming and chaotic. The key isn't about perfectly balancing these needs. It's about understanding which one you value more as a person and leaning into that. Next, there's the need for significance, the desire to feel unique, special, or important. Alongside this is the need for love and connection, to feel deeply bonded with others. Beyond those, we have the need to grow, to continuously evolve and expand, and the need to contribute, to give back and make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. For some people, certainty is their highest priority, and it becomes the center of their target. These individuals don't like change. They crave predictability. They stick to what they know works, and any disruption to that can send them spiraling. But if love is at the top of your list, your life will take a very different shape. You'll still need certainty, but love will drive your decisions and actions. On the other hand, if significance is your main focus, if you feel the need to always be the best, the standout, the one on top, your behavior will reflect that too. These core needs, and how we prioritize them, shape not only how we live, but where our lives ultimately lead. For most people, 90% of the population, if you ask them, which of these needs do you focus on most in your day-to-day life, the answer tends to fall into predictable patterns. Everyone desires love on some level, but the truth is, most people prioritize significance. We're living in a world shaped by social media, where people carefully craft an illusion of their lives. They slap on filters, share exaggerated stories, and present themselves as something they're not, all to appear more impressive. This obsession with significance often takes precedence over love, creating a sense of disconnection rather than unity. It's a false, hollow pursuit that separates us from what we truly need. Another need dominating people's lives is certainty. Many feel they must have complete certainty before they can take action. But let me tell you, if you demanded absolute certainty before starting your business, you'd have never even taken the first step. Building a business, or any great relationship for that matter, is impossible if you cling too tightly to certainty. Why? Because certainty requires everything to stay the same. It demands no change, no growth, no evolution, and that's a guaranteed recipe for unhappiness and stagnation. Here's the thing. 2 people can both be driven by significance, but how they pursue it depends entirely on the beliefs and rules they've set for themselves to fulfill that need. Let me be clear about something. An extraordinary life is a life lived on your own terms. And to create that kind of life, there are 2 essential components. The first is mastering the science of achievement. It's about turning your vision into reality. How do you take an idea or a goal and make it tangible? How do you do it faster, smarter, and with less resistance? Achieving what you want isn't just luck. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, it can be learned, refined, and mastered. Mastery in this area can save you years, even decades of trial and error. There are countless individuals who are absolute masters at achievement. They crush their goals, build massive wealth, and reach the pinnacle of success, but they're still miserable. On the outside, their lives seem extraordinary, but behind the scenes, they're deeply unhappy. This brings me to the second critical component, the art of fulfillment. If you want an extraordinary life, you can't stop at achievement. You must learn how to feel fulfilled. As simple as that sounds, fulfillment is an art, not a science. Achievement is straightforward. It's methodical and formulaic. Making money, for example, follows specific principles. It doesn't matter your age, background, gender, or ethnicity. If you consistently follow the right strategies, you'll create financial abundance. On the flip side, if you ignore those principles, you'll end up struggling with more bills than income and constant financial stress. The same goes for your health. While everyone's body is unique, there are fundamental scientific principles that apply universally. If you neglect these principles, if you violate the laws of how your body operates, you'll end up with illness, low energy, and suffering. But if you align your actions with those rules, you'll experience vibrant health, abundant energy, and a higher quality of life. That's science. Fulfillment, however, doesn't work that way. Fulfillment isn't governed by universal laws or formulas. It's deeply personal and unique to every individual. What brings one person joy may leave another completely unmoved. And that's why fulfillment is an art that requires self-awareness, growth, and the willingness to discover what truly matters to you. Do you want to understand what God or the universe values? Just look at nature, the jungle, the forest. It's a celebration of diversity, a rich tapestry of life. Yet most people are stuck chasing after what someone else has. They mimic others, thinking that's the way to achieve success. And while modeling someone could teach you how to accomplish certain goals, it will never guide you toward true fulfillment. How many people have you seen who worked hard to get what they thought they wanted, only to find themselves empty once they achieved it? That's because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Think about it. If you pursue a goal and fail, but you're an achiever, you don't see it as failure. You view it as a lesson. You pick yourself up, adapt, and try again. But when you reach the finish line and still feel hollow, that's a devastating kind of failure. Think of someone like Anthony Bourdain, who is admired worldwide for his incredible career. He traveled the globe, shared cultures and cuisines, wrote best-selling books, and hosted award-winning TV shows. On the surface, he had everything: success, fame, wealth, and a life many would envy. Yet he struggled with inner fulfillment and mental health, ultimately leaving us far too soon. This is a powerful reminder that external achievements don't automatically bring internal happiness. You can have all the success in the world and still feel empty if you're not fulfilled. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. That's why it's critical to focus on both the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. If I could convey just one message to you, it would be this: our lives are shaped by one powerful force, our decisions. Yes, I believe in a force greater than myself. Call it God, grace, the universe, whatever resonates with you. But this greater force has also gifted us the ability to choose. The decisions we make define us far more than the external conditions we encounter. It's not about what happens to us. It's about how we decide to respond. Decisions about what to believe. Decisions about what actions to take. Decisions about what we give to others. Think about it for a moment. Go back 10, 15, or even 5 years. Reflect on a single decision you made that altered the course of your life entirely. Imagine what would have happened if you had chosen differently. How drastically your life might look today, whether for better or worse. Now, here's the most important decision you can ever make. Decide that no matter what happens, you will live in a beautiful state. Make the choice right here and now to refuse to suffer. Pain is inevitable. It's part of life, but suffering is optional. Suffering is what happens when you allow worry, anger, frustration, or fear to consume you. It's what pulls you out of that beautiful state of being. Here's what most people fail to realize. You can break free from suffering at any moment by shifting your focus. Stop fixating on yourself and turn your attention to something bigger than you: a mission, a loved one, a purpose. Focus on your children, your partner, your calling in life. When you serve something greater than yourself, suffering dissipates. Why? Because the human mind has a natural tendency to compare. Your brain, this 2 million-year-old survival machine, isn't wired to make you happy. Its sole purpose is to keep you alive. It's constantly scanning for danger, looking for what's wrong. In ancient times, that meant spotting saber-toothed tigers or threats to survival. Today, it means worrying about what people think of you, whether you have enough money or some other self-created fear. But think about this: 2/3 of the world lives on less than $2 a day. If you're making $38,000 a year, you're among the wealthiest people on the planet. Even the poorest individuals in this country would be considered rich in many parts of the world. Now, I'm not saying that's how things should stay or that people don't deserve more. Why I'm saying is this: gratitude is the foundation of growth. You can only build on success, never on resentment or lack. I want to invite you to consider something deeply. Life is fleeting. We don't know exactly how much time we have, but we do know it's limited. Now imagine this. If you found out you only had a week to live, how much of the petty stuff that normally drives you crazy would you still let bother you? I bet the answer is none. Instead, you'd probably spend every precious moment with the people you love. You'd soak in the beauty of a sunset, savor the fresh air, and cherish every second with complete presence. You wouldn't waste time sweating the small stuff. So my question is, why wait? Why wait until the end to embrace that way of living? What if you made the decision right now to live differently? If suffering starts to creep in, remind yourself of this. Suffering happens when we obsess about ourselves. You might say, "No, it's not about me. I'm worried about my kids because they're struggling." But if you dig deeper, you'll find that even that worry is rooted in you, your fear that you haven't done enough for them, or your regret over what you could have done differently. It's still about you. The moment you recognize that, you have the power to end it. All it takes is one decision. Decide that you will live in a beautiful state. Because here's the truth, life is unpredictable. At some point, you may lose someone you love. A family member might fall ill. Your business could face challenges, or the government could change rules that affect your life. You could even face financial setbacks, a divorce, or other trials. I'm not saying these things will happen, but they could. The reality is that life is full of uncertainty. But here's the part you can control. You can decide how you respond to it. You can choose to thrive no matter what life throws at you. The problem is, we've been conditioned to believe that our happiness is dictated by the world around us. We tell ourselves that people have to behave a certain way, our spouse, our children, our coworkers, our boss, and if they don't meet our expectations, we give ourselves permission to be unhappy. But that's a losing game. People are human, they'll change, they'll make mistakes, and they'll do things differently than we expect. If your happiness is dependent on everyone and everything aligning perfectly, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of disappointment. The real invitation is this. As incredible as achievement is, learning to enjoy life in the moment is even more important. When you live in a state of love, playfulness, passion, curiosity, and awe, you naturally treat others better. You're kinder, more present, and more connected. Contrast that with how you act when you're consumed by frustration, anger, stress, or self-pity. In those moments, you're not the best version of yourself as a parent, a partner, or a leader. The key to a better life starts with deciding to live in that beautiful state. So here's my challenge. Make the decision today. Decide right now that you're done settling for anything less. Say to yourself, I will not stay stuck in negativity. I will live in a beautiful state. That doesn't mean you'll never feel pain or sadness, but it does mean you won't stay there. You'll shift back quickly because you've made the choice. And here's the secret. Success is just hitting an expectation. But fulfillment, that comes from shifting your mindset. Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your world transforms instantly. When you start appreciating this moment, whether it's a simple conversation with a friend, the way your child smiles, or the sound of the wind, you unlock a richness that no amount of money or external achievement can provide. Let me tell you this, money is one thing. Financial abundance is a science. There are skills and principles that, if followed, lead to wealth. But true wealth, that's a choice. It's a state of mind. You can decide to be wealthy right now. Some of the wealthiest people in the world are so, not because of their bank accounts, but because of their spirit. They laugh freely, love deeply, and are genuinely happy. Meanwhile, many people create these elaborate plans to work hard for years so they can eventually relax and enjoy life. But why wait? Sit on the beach right now and enjoy it. That's the invitation I want to extend to you. Don't wait to be happy. Don't postpone fulfillment. Decide to live fully and richly in this very moment. At Smart Money Vids, we're all about turning knowledge into action. Check the description for helpful tools and subscribe for more life-changing insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.